So Brad Pitt choked his own child and hit another in the face during a fight with Angelina Jolie. This took place on a plane in 2016. Basically, one of the children verbally stepped in for his mother, which caused him to react in an abusive way. As a result of Angelina trying to protect her children, she got injured by Brad, and he even poured wine and beer over his wife and kids. What the living fuck?
Brad Pitt should be considered fucking radioactive right now after very credible accusations of abuse against both Angelina and their children. Like, you can pause, but this is horrific, and the children are not speaking to him right now.
F Brad Pitt, he is abusive. He has been for a very long time. The shit that just dropped today, this is not the first time Angelina Jolie has reported it. It's not the first time that Brad Pitt's kids have talked about it. Time's up, Brad Pitt. I don't want to see no more thirst traps for Brad.
Once upon a time in Hollywood, Brad Pitt was just an Oklahoma-grown heartthrob. In 2023, he's an Oklahoma-grown heartthrob with some serious allegations of domestic abuse trailing close behind him and is seriously on the brink of getting canceled. But much of Tinseltown doesn't seem to mind. In fact, if you assess Pitt's personal stock solely by his reception at Tuesday's 80th Golden Globes ceremony, you might think he's never been more popular in the industry. The fans, however, think otherwise. So, just how bad has it gotten between Pitt and his ex-wife Angelina Jolie and their kids? Let's find out. Even though Brad Pitt was only personally nominated for a single award in the 80th Golden Globes, which he didn't win, the actor, seated stateside, was fondly shouted out by a who's who of stars, both winners and presenters. In his acceptance speech, Austin Butler, who snagged a statue for Best Actor, told Pitt, "Brad, I love you." Later, Regina Hall, while presenting the award for Best Actor in a Drama Series, declared herself Mrs. Pitt, and Quinta Brunson stopped smack dab in the middle of her acceptance speech for Best Musical or Comedy Television Series just to say hey to him. By contrast, Twitter was not amused. On Wednesday, January 11th, the hashtag Brad Pitt is an abuser began trending on the platform, with many pointing out how bizarre all of the adoration was despite recent abuse accusations from ex-wife and mother of his children, Angelina Jolie. Brad Pitt is an abuser and none of his older children speak to him, which should be very telling to all of you, but Hollywood get a Hollywood. One person wrote, "The fact that they're willing to throw away fucking Angelina Jolie over this man shows that no matter how mediocre a man is, as long as he was hot 25 years ago, he will always be put on a pedestal. Absolutely shameful," tweeted another. The reactions have arrived just months after FBI documents regarding a dispute involving Pitt, Jolie, and their family were made public, revealing that Jolie alleged abusive conduct of Pitt while on board a private flight in 2016. In October 2022, the New York Times reported that a more recent court filing from Jolie claims Pitt didn't just verbally assault and shove her, he also assaulted their children. The report read, according to Ms. Jolie's account of the 2016 flight in the court papers, the dispute began when Mr. Pitt accused Ms. Jolie of being too deferential to their children and then began yelling at her in the bathroom. Pitt grabbed Jolie by the head and shook her, and then grabbed her shoulders and shook her again before pushing her into the bathroom wall. The filing states, Pitt then punched the plane's ceiling numerous times, prompting Jolie to leave the bathroom. When one of the children came to Ms. Jolie's defense, the court papers said Mr. Pitt lunged at the child, prompting her to grab him from behind. Amid the altercation, Mr. Pitt choked one of the children and struck another in the face, the suit said. According to the court filings, an FBI investigator told Jolie he concluded that the government had probable cause to charge Pitt with a federal crime for his conduct that day. However, as the previously sealed FBI report stated in its conclusion, it was agreed by all parties that criminal charges, in this case, would not be pursued due to several factors. Jolie's attorneys have since claimed that their client didn't pursue charges as she was protecting their children and only pushed for the documents to be made public via a Jane Doe suit after Pitt waged war over their once shared shadow. When Pitt filed this lawsuit seeking to reassert control over Jolie's financial life and compel her to rejoin her ex-husband as a frozen-out business partner, Pitt forced Jolie to publicly defend herself on these issues for the first time. Her legal team said, while neither Pitt nor Jolie has publicly commented on the FBI investigation, a source close to Pitt dismissed news about the public records by claiming Jolie and her team are desperately trying to find something and this is all for show. In February last year, Pitt filed a lawsuit against Jolie for allegedly selling their shares of a wine company, Chateau Miraval, without his consent. The actor claimed that the actress went through with the alleged sale in secret, deliberately keeping the Moneyball actor in the dark and knowingly violating his contractual rights. Months later, Jolie filed a countersuit denying Pitt's allegations, as well as revealing details of the 2016 incident she and Pitt had while flying with their children, an incident that now sparked wild outrage from fans. In the documents obtained by our sources, Jolie addressed the incident that allegedly occurred days before she decided to file for divorce. The papers filed state that Pitt accused Jolie of being too deferential to their kids. At that point, the once dominant actor in Hollywood attempted to make physical contact with one of the children, and the actress jumped on his back to stop him. While flying again, Pitt threw himself backward against the plane's seats, injuring Jolie's back and elbow. The documents further say that Jolie reported that the children ran in and all bravely tried to protect each other. Their efforts were not strong enough, with the Salt screen star accusing Pitt of choking one of their kids and striking another in the face. Some of the children pleaded with Pitt to stop. They were all frightened. Many were crying. Read the records. The events continued when the family landed, when Jolie told Pitt she was taking their children to the hotel. The actress alleges that Pitt proceeded to scream at his then-wife and pushed her down yet again. The former couple, declared legally single by a judge in 2019, shares 6 children: Maddox, Pax, Sahara, Shiloh, and twins Vivienne and Knox. The 59-year-old Oklahoma native maintains his innocence after all the damning allegations from his ex-wife. Brad is sick to his stomach that he's been accused of this. He maintains that it's lies and that Angelina will stop at nothing to ruin his name, a source close to the actor revealed to us. The insider continued, Angelina insists he absolutely did those things. The kids saw it. At the end of the day, he and Angelina seem destined to fight each other for the rest of their lives, or at least until the kids are grown up and there's nothing left for them to contest. It's a tragic, toxic situation where neither of them is willing to budge. Pitt was investigated for child abuse by the Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services after the flight, but was cleared of the abuse allegations in November 2016. The Fight Club actor married Jolie in August 2014 at the Chateau Mirabeau in France, which they purchased together during their relationship. And as we have mentioned, in addition to their ongoing battle for custody of their minor children, the estranged exes have also clashed over Mirabeau, a French company that includes the chateau and vineyard where they exchanged vows. In February of last year, Pitt filed a lawsuit against the Gia star claiming that she had illegally sold her shares of Mirabeau. Through the purported sale, Jolie sought to inflict harm on Pitt, the Ocean's 11 actor's lawyers alleged in the suit. In her defense, Jolie claimed that she gave her ex-husband an opportunity to buy her share, but he would only agree to do so if she signed a non-disclosure agreement that would have contractually prohibited her from speaking outside of court about Pitt's physical and emotional abuse of her and their children. Slightly less than a year ago, the celebrated actor revealed he is on the last leg of his extensive acting career. The 59-year-old Hollywood star commented on a popular men's magazine, detailing his lonely life following his divorce from Angelina Jolie. Pitt, who began acting in 1987, says he now thinks carefully about future projects and what his life will hold moving forward. The actor, who has noticeably taken a step back from his leading man status in recent years, says he considers himself on the last leg of his career. This last semester or trimester, what is this section gonna be? And how do I want to design that? He told GQ magazine, I'm one of those creatures that speaks through art. I just want to always make. If I'm not making, I'm dying in some way. Pitt's director for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino, says when the Oscar-winning actor does retire, Hollywood will lose one of the last remaining big screen movie stars. It's just a different breed of man. And frankly, I don't think you can describe exactly what that is because it's like describing starshine. Tarantino told the publication. And to show he's serious about calling it a day, Pitt is in the process of selling 60% of his production company, Plan B Entertainment, to French media conglomerate MediaOne in a deal that's set to be concluded at any time. The deal, which has been signed, values Plan B in the hundreds of millions but below $500 million, reportedly around $300 million. Pitt, the Oscar-winning star of films such as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Fight Club, founded Plan B in 2001 with his now ex-wife Jennifer Aniston and his then-manager Brad Gray, who died in 2017. He became the sole owner after he and Aniston divorced. The production company has helped make both movies and TV series over the past 2 decades, including Academy Award-winning movies such as The Departed and 12 Years a Slave. So, there you have it. Do you think Brad and Jolie will find an amicable way to solve their differences? Let us know in the comments below. And that's it from us today. Until next time, bye!